In this video we are going to focus on distance between 2 points. A line segment or line interval has a defined length and therefore must have a midpoint. Both the midpoint and length, the distance, can be found using the coordinates of the endpoints. Take a look at this diagram here of the Cartesian plane on the left. We have point A and point B joined by a line segment, and previously we've looked at midpoint, and midpoint is the halfway point between points A and B. Now we're going to find the length between points A and B using this rule at the bottom here. Distance equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Looking at this question here on the right, it says find the distance between A, which is point A, -1 and 5, and B, 3 and 6. Before we go any further, we must actually label the points. So we know that x comes before y in the Cartesian plane when we're looking at coordinates, and this is the first coordinates given to us, therefore it becomes x1 and y1. This is the second lot of coordinates, so it's going to be x2 and y2. Now we have to write the rule. So distance equals the square root of bracket x2 minus x1 bracket squared plus bracket y2 minus y1 bracket squared. Our second line is substitution, so we have to recreate this whole thing again. And I'm just going to do this quite simply by setting up these brackets and putting our subtractions inside the brackets. So if we're looking at x2, x2 is the number 3, so 3 sits here, and x1 is a -1. Now we go over here to the second one. y2 is 6, and y1 is a 5. So now we've finished our substitution line. We've now got to solve what's inside the brackets. So I'm going to keep working down the page. Draw our square root sign. And our bracket and our squared plus our bracket and our squared. And if I work 3 minus -1, I get the answer of 4. And if I work 6 minus 5, I get the answer of 1. And I keep working down. If I work 4 squared and I add that to 1 squared, I get an answer of 17. So 4 times 4 is 16. If I add that to 1 squared, which is 1 times 1 is 1, 16 plus 1 gives me 17. And then when I find the square root of 17, so in my calculator I punch in the square root button, 17 equals, and I get distance equals 4.12, and I write units. There's no other measurement, we write units. That's what we need to write. So again, write the rule, substitute in, calculate your brackets, get your answer, find the square root of that, and you get 4.12 units.